My name is Tim Blodgett. I'm the general manager of Stanley Football Club, and I volunteer as the director of coaching for Sanford Area Soccer League. When I first came to Sanford, I realized there's a huge love for the game here in Sanford. Huge part of our population loves the game, from adults and youth, and wanted to add more structure and organization to soccer.
So I think shortly after Tim started the indoor, he really wanted to unify soccer in Sanford. So he didn't want, him competing against us and vice versa. He wanted to bring it together and unify soccer in Sanford. So he came to the board one day and told us about his services, asked if maybe he could be the director of coaching. At that point, we did have a vacancy for that. It was a unanimous vote, yes. We accepted him as our director of coaching, and then that's how the relationship started.
So my vision for soccer in Sanford, it's really the same from when I first started in 2017. I really want to see it grow. I want to see the structure behind it. I want to see us offer programs for 3 to 4 year olds. I want to see it go all the way up into the semi-professional level. I think that the vision for just soccer in Sanford is going to be growth. I mean, not because we want a bunch of growth, I just think it's inevitable. I think we're going to have more and more kids coming in, more competitive teams, giving those kids still the opportunity to play after high school. I'd like to make it more regional, where we do more competitions outside of the state, hopefully make it to a national title, and that'd be a great accomplishment. Out of 300-something teams in the United States, I'd love to have little old population of Sanford, 30,000, to try to bring home a national title.
The partnership with Stanley and Sassel started in 2018. The main thing, Tim, high-level coach, and general manager of Stanley FC, coming to Sassel, bringing his knowledge, really is the number one thing we wanted to do was increase the technical abilities of our younger players. That was one criticism we had in the past, where our kids weren't technical, they didn't have enough touches on the ball, they didn't have quality coaching.
Throughout the different seasons, we have kids anywhere from 18 to 30 years old that play for us. A lot of them work full-time jobs, so training 2 to 3 days a week. We get a lot of players sort of in and out of the program, some within Sanford, but also outside as well. We have some that come as far as from Greensboro to play.
I think the biggest change that it has made for our players in Sanford is it creates a player pathway for kids to be able to play soccer beyond the youth level. So you can be a 12-year-old kid and say, hey, once I'm 18, I don't have to leave Sanford to play soccer. I can continue on through the adult years. But he's a great motivator, a great public speaker. He knows the game more than probably anybody I've ever met. So if you look at his certifications from UEFA, from Jamaica, I mean, he's got certifications from all over that's unmatched in this area and that has ever been in this area. So he knows different ways to reach different people. He really proved that there's just not one way to it. One way might work with one kid. Well, he knows a way that if he's not getting through to another kid, well, he's got this other information to pull there. He's actually also got a master's degree in soccer coaching, which I'm pretty sure there's only one university in the United States that has that.
The team has really inspired the community. At first it was just a lot of kickball, a lot of fighting, but now our community is finally coming together as one, as a family, and we're starting to play very simple soccer. Not just that, you drive past the fields every day and you see lots of little kids on the new turf field he's built for us, and he doesn't even charge a single penny, and he's just happy to see kids and family enjoying the field, because that's the big image, and that's what he wants.
In starting something new, I think there's always going to be obstacles and opposition, especially when you don't necessarily have the whole entire support of people that make decisions within the community. The first and foremost challenge that we had was facilities. I mean, we just didn't have facilities to train at. Like I had mentioned, training in a dirt parking lot with shop lights in the evening, was the first thing. We had ways that we could kind of work around that and try to build through that. We have a lot of great things coming in the future as far as this multi-sports complex.
I think maybe sometimes people on the peripheral maybe looked at it as like, man, it's not going to work, and Sanford's too small to be able to support a league like that and a team like that. But I mean, thankfully Sanford has a very diverse culture, so we have people from all different demographics that can come together, and soccer is the one unifying factor in that. It brings everybody together because soccer is the most famous sport in the world. There's a field across the street that he uses that he built with his own hands. He bought the turf from Wake FC or NCFC or somewhere up there, brought it here, laid it down himself with like 2 or 3 friends basically. That also goes back to his time sacrifice, because I mean he spent every waking hour for 8 or 9 months putting that turf together on his own hands.
He had a big influence on me. Personally, as a person, he changed the views of how I used to think about soccer, and not just that, he also changed the community and the way we play soccer. Yeah, man, he's just a great man and changes our lives.
As far as the semi-pro team, I'd ultimately see us playing in this multi-sports complex inside this stadium. I know that's going to be a huge thing for us. It's going to help us significantly for our team. Currently, this upcoming season, we'll probably unfortunately be training in Raleigh and competing in Raleigh, again, just due to facilities here. But my ultimate goal, I'd love to sit in the stands and be able to watch the game and this thing go on, long after I'm gone. I think it's a need for the community. The Phoenix came about kind of trying to revive this area, revitalizing this area. So the Phoenix is kind of a symbol of resurrection, of rebirth, reignite, and that's really where we came up with it.
He changed my life. He inspired me. He showed me to always keep my head up and follow my dreams. And because it's him and his dedication and his great coaching abilities, I'm able to finally go to a soccer combine in Charlotte FC. And now I have faith in myself, and I know I can do it, and I can do much more. And hopefully, if I make it, I can go ahead and help the Sanford economy in developing bigger and becoming known around the United States.